Big 2018 reveal, the list reveal. I am Lack Attack, and I've got 3 excellent staff gamers along with me. We'll start at the top of our little Discord bubble list.
Hello, hello. It is Apollo 22222222237. Excited for this. This is we've been working on this for a while. A lot of discussion. So finally excited to reveal the list.
I don't think it's just me. I think like some of their microphones are cutting out a bit.
I am looking for Giants. I'm hyped for today, and it's been fun picking all these. I hope you guys enjoy.
I don't think she's actually looking for like real
And
Giants or anything.
And definitely not the lead.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't know what to say right now.
This has been a fun list to put together. It's getting harder and
Fun
harder
list to put together.
as we put these lists together.
I'm not surprised.
Like People's Choice has some recycle, and we had to be unique with the goals. And then we come to spring, we get to pick from like any games out there, and we want to get a lot of games that haven't been in, and the list is shrinking, so it's been pretty difficult. Like this has been one of the most difficult lists to make. Like we basically had a fist fight in a Denny's parking lot trying to figure out what games to get in.
Yeah, this has been one of the most fun events I've ever had to plan for. You know, on the heels of the Bones Marathon, which was a literal marathon, we were really stretched to the limit, but we were happy we did it. And then to turn around like 3 weeks later.
I still wish I could have played out that run that I did for the marathon. I wish I could have played that out better, but I don't know. Down in the very first stage, then getting a weapon drop also really early on in the run. Yeah, that didn't really set a good tone for basically like the whole playthrough of my Alucard run, quite frankly. Yeah, after seeing all that, like before the run really got to like take off, it was like, I'm not feeling so good about this anymore.
You guys give us the game. So yeah, we're super excited. Let's get to it. So the style for this is, I will start the game. You won't be able to see it, and the music will play, and then you are to guess what the game is.
If we can recognize the music, we'll know immediately.
So we have. I think there's going to be a couple of surprises in this list.
I think I'm going to probably fail to recognize most of the music.
I think you will like it. You may not. Yeah.
You think I'll like it?
You will like it.
You will like it.
No,
Yes,
you will.
That is a command, right? Yeah.
I guess just a quick little like reminder for anyone interested in Big 20s. Yeah, from what I've noticed, like every other Big 20 event, it alternates between like a People's Choice. So in other words, it just tends to be like popular games, and a lot of just popular games carry over from like one People's Choice event to the next. So from what I've noticed, like all the odd numbered Big 20s I've taken part in were quote unquote People's Choices, which basically just means like all popular NES games. Stuff like the Mario games, Castlevanias, Zeldas, Ninja Gaiden, Mega Man. Yeah, the NES games most people, like even like people who aren't super into like retro gaming, will just know what I'm talking about. Especially if I say Mario, they're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. The even-numbered Big 20s. From what I've like personally like seen in the even-numbered Big 20 list, where it's just the staff picking, the games are like a lot more obscure. That plus there's just generally a lot more variety in like the genres and the types of games that show up in these even numbered like staff pick like Big 20 lists. For example, yeah, Big 20 number 16 really had like a lot of different stuff going on. There was even like 1 or 2 runs that were like very heavily reliant on RNG. I think Arkisa's Ring being like by far the biggest offender. We also had like a few. How many sports games did we have? I know we had like 1 racing game. I remember also Big 20 number 14 having a racing game as well, but I wasn't even remotely close to being ready to participate on race day on that Big 20. Even some homebrews, so
watch the dance.
That's right.
Let's just say like pretty much anything's on the table for this one.
Okay. All right, here we go.
And I'm
Game
gonna stop.
Number 1.
And I'm gonna stop like pausing, just like yeah. In other words, I'm gonna stop pausing just to like talk about previous Big 20s. Let's just move on with the actual list.
I'm starting a live split timer. We're speed running the reveal.
Okay.
Put your guesses in chat.
Hmm.
Rindude.
I'm willing to bet it's gonna be like 20 games I've literally never played before. Just like Big 20 number 16, but I could be
That is
wrong.
correct. It is Life Force. And what's the goal?
The goal for this one is 50,000 points, which is not a category in SRC.
Is my computer dropping frames, or did like the stream like drop frames when I went live?
These things you guys will discover as you are experimenting with it. Konami code is allowed. Up, down, down, left, right, EA, start.
Same code as in Contra, right? The Konami code.
Or greater. What a good starting game.
Yeah, this looks like something I would be
Yes.
interested in playing.
Everyone
Okay.
will be in first until someone finishes with 50,000 points.
Someone gets the points.
But yeah, everyone will. It's really good for TV, right? So,
Konami code is allowed. Hero.
yes, Konami code is allowed. So, like, one thing with this game is that we actually found
Quality.
that there
Can
are
I drop this down to like 480?
hidden points.
I wonder if that's gonna make us stop stuttering.
Hidden points like in the level. So you might see that the speedrun doesn't like have a lot of points, but there's actually like hidden 5,000 point triggers in the game, and I think one's coming up here. I kind of wanted to show it off real quick just so you could see. So right now I have 5,000 points. And then there's a hidden one behind this tooth. So you see I got 5,000.
Wouldn't
And
be a
you heard
Konami game without
noise,
that
now I have
boss sound.
10,000. So there's several of those hidden throughout. So that will help make your points go higher. So it's pretty cool. So we were able to find that. I died. I was really just concerned about getting the points, but there are more. There's
Yeah, I guess it
actually
wasn't on their end then.
6 of them, so you can beat this
Yeah, I guess my stream. Yeah, like I guess Twitch was just pausing every once in a while because
goal before.
I don't know.
beating
Maybe like the
stage
video was
2.
like too high quality on my computer. I
They
was
are
having trouble
invisible,
just loading
yes,
it
but
all.
There is it was in like Game Facts we found it. Konami code is allowed, yes.
And we do have a goal information document that will have all these questions answered in advance on it.
Yes, we spent a lot of time making it, so help us improve it. Very cool. All right. I'm being very direct
Yeah, it's
and
a lot.
intentional, and it's a lot because if I click the wrong thing, everyone knows all the games at once. And it's really sad because this is the fun part. So, okay, game number 2.
Yeah, I'd be willing to play Life Force.
The game has started. It takes a minute to get the music in, so bear with us.
Coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
A minute.
Oh, Catman. The Catman meows. Crushing.
Is that really the name of the game? I'm willing to bet it's gonna.
That's right.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Techno Super Bowl.
There's a sports game.
And the goal for this one is score 25 or more points.
Still need exactly.
Right. 26 points is a reset.
Oh, I gotta learn how to play
Any team
football.
play as or against, but there's
I
one
live in
particular
Canada.
team
I don't know
you
jack
want to
shit
play.
about
Yeah.
football.
So that is the Raiders because they have
Like
someone
I'm
named...
inclined to know more about hockey than
Josephus
football.
Jackson.
Oh no.
I don't know if that's it. I just made it up.
Oh no, you just take the
You can pick
ball and you
anyone
gotta
you
just
Oh, good. I
run
get the
past a
ball.
bunch of sweaty guys and just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's convenient for...
Touch it
for
down,
this,
drop it.
Get tackled.
You
so
gotta
we
just
can
run across a
show how
football
bad
field,
I
dodge a
am
bunch
at,
of sweaty
running the
guys, and
ball.
then just put the football on the other side of the field. I think that's it.
Yeah, this is the 25
And then scream
point
touchdown
goal
when you do
is
it.
Is an interesting one because there's a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of different
hi,
combinations
Buzzy.
of ways you can get 25 points, and you even have to make decisions on whether you want to let the opponent
Okay, it looks
score
like
and try
I
get
won't
the
have
ball
to
back
scream
quicker, or you
touchdown.
try to stop
The
them.
game's gonna literally scream and touchdown.
Really fun to see what people decide to do.
Wait, so that's like
I
6
learned so
points
much
and 1
about
touchdown?
football. Black's like, yeah, it's interesting. You can go for safety. It's like, I don't know what that is.
Don't know what that is. So if you don't know what a safety is, we'll get there. So yes, it is not determined. You do not have to be the Raiders. You can. So one other thing with this goal is you can manipulate the players, the player data. You can do all of that stuff to set your team up, and you can do that for the race. So it's not like we're not going to do that because it's impossible to police. So you can actually let's see if I reset here, just so we can show it off real quick. You can actually go into team data, and you cannot
Wait,
pick
what?
the all-star teams. I don't know if you can actually do that, but you can go in here. You can change. You can change the
Really?
starters, so you can put in different players. You can set up the team you're going to play against to also be bad, and you can change your plays as well. So there's a lot of stuff here. That you,
If I'm not mistaken, we would have like maybe 30 seconds maximum to do all this before actually starting the game. Unless, I don't know, whatever extra time is spent just setting up the teams on... Yeah, setting up the players on both teams, whatever extra time is spent, that's going to count towards your
you
run.
can do, but feel free to do what you would like. You still just have to score 25 points. So, we did that so to give the freedom and to kind of give more routing, so it's not like, oh, there's one possibility to do or one combination to do. You could come up with your own thing that might be better than what people are currently doing, and we thought that would give the game a chance to grow.
How am I supposed to know what the
because
best
maybe there's something
combination
that people
of...
don't know
I don't even know any of these
for,
football
for the regular
players.
speed runs.
And the timer does start after selecting your opponent. So when
And
you're
even
starting
still,
a
like, I'd
game,
have to know like
so
what
that's when the
these
timer starts. Everything
teams looked
beforehand
like in the
doesn't count.
80s.
Yeah, you could set it up before, and the game has save rams. So like,
Like, do you think I know like which players are on like which football teams back in the like 1980s
just set it up and then
before I was even born?
So it would.
I'm gonna have to go
start
look
here.
this up.
So anyway, that's plan before you play. Yes, that's what we're saying. Please. So what we exactly said.
You got the whole Big 20 practice season to figure out what exactly you want to set up.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got an auto scroller, shoot 'em up, and a sports game so far.
I was
What's
almost
next?
certain there was going to be at least one sports game. There might be a second one.
No, you must score 25 points in one game. You cannot reset and start. The scoreboard must say 25 or more. Okay, next game.
I assume it's 25 or more on your side.
600 people here for the reveal. This is good.
Someone guessed it before it was actually even started playing, but yes, Tetris has made its
Wow.
return.
Julie Cat.
It's Tetris 2.
That didn't take long.
How did you like that?
And so the goal for this one is going to be 10 rounds. This is a speedrun.com category. So start at level 1, pick any of your music. We'll pick C for this one. You can pick any speed you like. And the goal is to finish 10 rounds. This is different than Tetris. You have to clear these multicolored blocks. So one thing with the game is you can clear the regular blocks, but if you clear the flashing blocks, it clears all of them on the screen. So this one will clear all of the reds. This one will clear all of the
Wait,
greens
but
if there were
it's
more.
not
And
exactly
then you get
Tetris.
these weird pieces that are like, split, which is kind of cool. So there you go, and it just keeps
That's
adding more and
odd.
more pieces, but the same rules apply. Like you can still do the clear all thing. So it's pretty cool.
So aim for the flashing pieces,
I actually
then?
played this game a lot growing up. I had this along with regular Tetris, but this game's pretty cool. It's a different style where you're clearing stuff on the screen, kind of like we did for the last Big 20, but with B-type. But now with the colors, it's a little different. So one thing we did think of is color blindness. So like if you're red-green colorblind, I believe there is a ROM hack out there, but maybe not. So if you are colorblind and you can't see the colors, talk to us. We'll come up with a solution. Hopefully we'll be able to take care of that. Yeah, hopefully be able to. So
if you do die on a round, you can reselect that round you were on. You do not have to start back at 1.
Yeah. So we are thinking of that kind of stuff now. So that's good.
Being round 10 in McIntyre.
Yes. So yeah, so say you die, and then
we'll have to see if it's like the same.
Dying probably takes you back to like
if it's like the same 10 like
you can
configurations of
any
blocks
stage
for every
so
round.
You must do rounds 1 through 10 in order.
I just wonder if it's gonna be like the same blocks for every round.
Here trying to break
like round 1's always gonna have like the same set of blocks every time I do it. Like it's not gonna be
I like
randomized.
Although
That's
we
what
try
I'm
to do the
wondering.
same thing, too.
You can restart where you died. That is correct. For reveal for me too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what is it? I don't even remember. All right, game number 4. The game has started. The intro is coming.
Something to do with, I don't know, Bugs Bunny. I have no idea.
Man, people are not sure about this one.
Remember
That means it needed to be in.
the Bones Marathon, someone dressed up? Not me, but someone else dressed up.
I have no clue what you're talking about. I was basically just there for
If you
my
didn't
Alucard
watch,
run, and that was
then
it.
It's on you. All right, the answer
And a Zelda 2 ROM hack that Aaron to you 2 played.
is Pizza Pop.
This is a real game?
Pizza time.
It's pizza time.
Let's go! Man, no one got it? Come on.
No one got it. Apollo
No
is
one
sad.
cares about it. Come on.
This is a Famicom game.
Single
yes.
play, twin play.
But
It's all because it
Yeah,
got
this
snubbed
is-
last time.
it did because it got snubbed. But this is I don't know. This is a great game. I promise I wasn't even the one that first brought this up. But this is a fun little platformer, and there's no RNG in this either. So like, it's one of those games where you learn and then you can just do it.
That's good to hear.
You can see that I practiced a lot, or I tested
Yeah.
this goal a lot, because... Ah! I'm dead.
Never mind. It's not easy. It's actually super hard. Good luck, everyone.
Hula Hoop Girl as a Best of NES animated emote.
I think there's a.
So
there's a
what
TMR
is
in
what
here.
is the deal with these crazy animals
Oh,
and
you can just hold right.
pedestrians?
Okay, that makes it a
And,
little
I
easier.
don't know, just other townspeople that don't want you to like
Oh,
deliver
you
your
found a buffer
pizza.
there for that, those drop things.
So this is it's a late NES game, well, Famicom. I think it's like 92.
It definitely has that, like, 92, 93 feel for games. I don't know how far I should go. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Oh yeah, the race day.
Oh, do I get tired?
Yeah, so you do lose stamina if you don't jump.
See, another
Jumping.
game where you have to jump. Okay.
Yeah, jumping gets your stamina back, because that makes sense, right?
I do that all the time. When I get tired, I just start jumping and throwing pizzas.
Yeah.
So what am I holding here? Is it a pizza and then I'm slamming a box on
We
somebody?
just jump when we
Or
get
the pizza.
tired.
You got your pizza flipper over.
Oh, you know what that's called? It has a
I do
name.
not.
It's a
I
pizza
don't-
peel. P-E-E-L. Pizza peel. That's a good. That's
Not
a
really
pretty
feeling
good
any more
emote there.
awake.
You might have to get that one for your
That didn't really like change anything.
solid.
He throws the pizza on the ground.
Tried it, but no, it doesn't really do it for me.
That's
It
a
doesn't
game
keep me
on
more
the
awake.
That's
You don't
just.
even know your own game, Apollo.
No, I just actually
this
get more
help you?
tired when I start jumping
Look how
for no
perfect-
reason.
Look how perfect it was. So it literally looked like it was pizza on the ground.
Yeah.
It did kind of look like pizza.
I mean, who doesn't like pizza? So we thought thought this was a pretty solid one to put in. And this is a Famicom game. It's actually kind of expensive on eBay. I looked it up. There's also like a Mario ROM hack of this where Mario is delivering the pizzas.
Yeah, I think honestly, like, I think more people have probably seen the Mario ROM hack of it versus the actual original game.
That's pretty funny.
I haven't even seen the ROM hack of it.
So before we do game number 5, there was something we were going to do. We kind of forgot to do it beforehand. We were going to announce the date.
We did forget to announce the date. We were like, we need to announce the date. We have to announce the date.
So
yeah, go
we
for it.
are. We typically do 5 weeks, but we're actually shortening it this time. Instead of 5 weeks,
Shit, what?
we're doing 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Saturday, March 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That is going to be race day.
Yeah. And so there were a number of reasons we did this. But I think the main reason is that, at least from my point of view, other staffers may not agree, but we feel like, I feel like that the Big 20 race, like in the practice, isn't about like optimizing every single game down to the second. And I'm guilty of that. I did that when I would practice. I think it's more prioritizing practice time. And we did that. We considered that in this list. Like, we have some games that you're going to play for like an hour and a half, and you'd be like, I'm pretty good. I'm good. I'm in a good spot with this game. So before you say, oh man, 4 weeks is too short, let's find out together. Everyone gets the 4 weeks. So March 2nd, 1 p.m. Eastern, and we'll.
If someone has already played like half these games, they're gonna have a serious advantage, even more so
we
than
think
with
that can make a better race
the
for
5 weeks of
everybody.
practice in previous
because-
races.
A lot of people, like when we did the survey, like they felt 6 weeks was too long. 5 weeks was kind of like right in the middle. Some people wanted 4 weeks. Some people wanted 5. Some people wanted 6.
I was able to do like
And
one Big 20 with
as we
3
did 5
weeks of practice time, but
we noticed that people were basically done practicing, and it was just focusing on the optimization for
Yeah.
almost a full week for a good majority of the runner, like 10% at least.
Yeah.
yeah, I think
So-
that was for Big 20 number
Yeah, we'll
15 though, and there were plenty more games that I actually like knew of, so okay, it shouldn't be too hard to put something together for Super Mario Bros. 3. I played that back in the day.
See, it's not
On
written
the
in
actual
stone. I
NES?
can't imagine anything 20 games less than 4 weeks. Like that's. I think 4 weeks.
Same
is
goes
the
with the
absolute
other like
minimum. We'd
big
never-
name Mario
we wouldn't do less
platformers
than that. So to kind of address something else.
and Castlevania and
And we do want feedback for this, by the way.
Yeah, but we're giving you
Yeah, I'm
Life
talking
Force
about, like,
and
a
Tecmo
Big
Super
20
Bowl,
with, like,
and you get the
popular
code, and
games.
Tetris too. It's like so there's 3 like pretty easy goals, but you can optimize them. But at least easy to finish. So don't shoot the messengers. We're just a third of our audience. Game number 5. Game number 5. There we go.
is this
Battle Codes and Double
crossover?
Dragon. Yeah, everyone knows this one apparently. It's that classic rare music.
Yeah, this is a fun one. Like I love this game. I think it's gonna be a fun one for those who it's been known to be a difficult game. But I think the stage 3 goal is one that's pretty good, and I think there's times where people play it are like, oh, this is pretty tough, and then maybe don't play it as long as maybe they could or should. I think once with a tiny bit of practice, this is going to be a really fun one for people.
Yeah.
And we're also going to be starting with a special code. So there is a code BA down, B up down on the character select screen, and it sends you to a super warp zone. And we're starting on level 1-1, but this starts you with extra lives, and if you game over, you can use the warp zone to get back to where you were.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so pretty
that's gonna make
forgiving
things easy.
here. And you start
Easier,
with 5 lives,
for
and you can continue from where you left off. So, and I think the fastest thing to pick.
well, I
is,
definitely played a
or the
Battletoads
fastest
game
guy is
before.
the
That was for
Dragons.
Big 20 number 15.
Is that right? You can pick anybody for this, by the way.
Yeah.
I picked Pimple because I don't think Pimple is going to be selected. So
I mean, if you want some swag, though. swag in the race, you'll get shouted out.
And you can apparently
on
play
race
the double
day,
dragon.
some extra
Do the
points.
double dragon
Yeah.
play characters even play differently from the toads?
I think
or
we actually.
I'll
I
have to
remember
find
playing
out.
this game when we were doing Big 20 number 16. And I was like, oh man, this has to be in, but we had like already figured out the list, so it didn't get in. But we put it on a short list for the next one. So.
One of the downsides of the People's Choice list is that if we see a game, we're like, well, it'll be in next time. We have to wait a year.
Yeah. So it is an auto scroller, but there's optimizations here. Like you have to kill these enemies before you move on. So it's not an auto scroller, but you walk really
The best
really,
Battletoads?
really slow.
How many Battletoads
It's more
games
like a
were
Double
there?
Dragon game, I guess,
Anyways,
where you have to clear all the enemies. So
this is one I somehow never
it's a
heard of.
very big battle. It's a Battletoads heavy layout for sure. So any character you would like, you could pick anyone you want negative. I know that there's different categories for the Toad or the Dragon.
They play
but you could
differently,
pick
don't
either
they?
one. All right, moving on. All right, that's the first 5. Thoughts on the first 5? Worst game in the first 5? Best game in the first 5?
There is no worst game. They're all 10 out of 10.
Worst game, everyone's quiet.
Oh, I'm not exactly looking forward to the football one, but
All right, game number 6.
I mean, I'll probably just play it, end up
I
having
might
an easy time
recognize
with it
this one.
anyways, knowing me. I'll probably just find a way to easily, like... I recognize this theme from somewhere. Wait, Joust is in
Did we do
again?
it? Did we bring it back?
Joust 2?
Did we bring
Did
it
Joust
back?
get a sequel or something?
No, we didn't. It's Millipede.
Which has the
Same.
exact same
First
title
call,
screen
yeah.
music as
Everyone
Joust.
like maybe sweat a little bit, just a little bit of sweat.
Little sweat, yeah. There was only one run. Somebody brought this up. There's only one run on like the wave 49 or whatever. And so we need some more of those. So that's the goal, right? But this is a pretty short goal. It's 10 rounds. And
Looks
this
fun,
is
though.
a submittable speedrun category. And so every time you clear the Millipede,
It advances the round or something.
I wanted to shoot the. Is that a dot? Is that what that says?
I think it's a DDT.
Hard to tell.
DT?
No, DDT. That's the what they use.
Oh, like to like. Yeah. Okay, I get it now.
Or it's a wrestling move.
Yeah.
That's what it really is.
Oh, here we go. Come
Yeah,
on.
pesticide was the word I was looking for, I think.
Okay. And so this is complete 10 rounds. I'm making it look tougher than it actually is. Once you learn it, this is a very short goal. I think the record is actually under 1 minute.
For 10 rounds.
So it's just learn the goal. You start
Yeah,
with
that's
3
gonna
lives.
be
if you
short,
get an
even if
extra life, but you have to
I'm
complete
nowhere
this
near the
goal
record, that's still gonna be
without
short
being
as hell.
So there you go. Millipede arcade classic. I wanted to get one of those in the list. Just one of these classic arcade games that was ported to an NES game. Games that are longer, and this is a nice short goal. So this
You
is-
really had me like with
It's
that
neat.
Joust theme. I seriously
Any
thought we were
comments,
gonna get
over
Joust 2 in the list
Any more?
for a second.
No.
no, not much to say.
Yeah.
I was gonna learn the
You can
hard
play
way there was a
Millipede,
second
you can
Joust.
Play it again. This
Play
is
it
your
again.
chance.
This is
Submittable to SRC.
yeah. See, that's a game that is part of the 4 weeks, right? Like that came up all the time, and it's like, here you go, practice this game for an hour. You're probably good. So, all right, game number 7.
Big fan of game number 7.
Had never played game number 7, so that narrows it down to like 300 games it couldn't be.
True. I also hadn't played 7 until this.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite games. It's not licensed.
Oh no! Well, we
Unlicensed
better
NES
just get it
game.
over with.
Little Red Hood? Or one of the Wisdom Tree games? What could it be?
I see some
Bible Adventures?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice
A little
one,
bit of
Alec.
up there.
Nope.
Nicely done. This is Bobble.
Is that a homebrew?
Oh, huh. I didn't
Or is
know
it a
you could do
homebrew?
this. Oh,
Ducks is
you know
checkpoints,
you could
duck
do this?
randomizer.
power ups as checkpoints.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. We're doing the regular game. The submittable. And there's a randomizer in this. I should have clicked options.
The game comes with it's
Yeah.
probably a homebrew then. I think back in the day, like the
So in
people
Bobble,
programming
you
NES
are
games
a
are making
bubble.
randomizers.
And you can go down in the water, and you go under that pillar, and then as you come out of the water, you fly higher up. The lower you go.
Yep. But you can't land on solid things, otherwise you pop and you come back.
There's something about just like I said, this was a game that I hadn't played before this, but I've seen people play it, and it's just like something about the music. Every time I would hear it, I'd be like, "This is so good. This looks so good."
And, for those of you not in the know, this is a Morph Cat game. And not only is it a Morph Cat game, but this is the precursor to Space Gulls. They use the same engine for Space Gulls as they use for Bobble. So, if you like Space Gulls, this will feel very similar to you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it controls very well, and it does this, which is cool. It shoots you up like that. I don't know. I think it's fun.
Yeah, the physics of this is super interesting.
So you say the
It's just
same
like how you
engine
can
that was used to
get
make
different
Space
power-ups
Gulls,
and
which I got
change
pretty
what
good at
characters
Space
you
Gulls
use and stuff like that,
after
diving
Big 20
deeper.
number 16. I got pretty good at Space Gulls.
Yeah, and the checkpoint. I mean, you can see this. The checkpoints are pretty forgiving, getting the bells and stuff. And
Yeah, there's
it'll be a
lots of
time
them,
save
like,
to skip
I'm
some of the
already
bells. And this is a pretty short any percent, isn't it? Like 4 minutes.
Yeah, this is
Really, so a lot of
This is definitely one of the best homebrews out there.
giving
It's
us all
not
these
the
short
first,
games
it's
to
in
account
the
for the
top
fact that we have like
5.
1 week less to
Yeah.
do them all.
So I
They're
won't
all
spoil
pretty
too much of the game here because it is fun. You should just play this. It won't take long to play it casually, but that's kind of a taste of it. So it's cool, and it does get a little puzzly. Like you have to kind of double back on where you go and stuff. So it's cool. It's a nice short, sweet homebrew. So hope y'all enjoy that one. But I had never played this game. Overstorm talked it up. All
We have
right.
at least one hit our quota.
That's right. All right. Next game, not a homebrew. Won't announce that every time, but we didn't do 2 homebrews in a row.
How many homebrews did you do this time, though? Because I
More
remember
people
like
will know this
number
game than
16
I
had
was
like 4 of
expecting
them.
years ago.
I
Yeah,
have
so
never
it
played
had
this game either.
Streamers, Chicken of the Farm, Lawnmower, and yeah, Space
There we
Gulls.
go. Game number 8.
Because they were just talking about that earlier. Something about cowboys in the
Yeehaw.
Wild West.
It's Cowboy Kid.
Cowboy
Here's
Kid.
Cowboy Kid.
The goal for
Let's
this one's
go.
going to be the 3 bosses.
Wait, published by the same
specific
people that
bosses.
published Magic Darts, I
Eating the
think.
Wild
I think
Wolf
that I think
Chief
Romstar,
slash
like I think they put out Magic Darts.
And we have a document in the goal sheet that will show you which bosses you're going to be fighting.
I'm not going to answer Lack's question. I'm just
No,
gonna
don't make me suffer. I forget how to get the money.
Howdy,
There's a door-
partner.
there's a
Were you
door on
here
the
to buy
left,
some
there's a door on the
items?
left, you can get your dad.
Oh, there
There's
we
a
go.
lot of crime and time. Like dude, here's a
I
weapon
tested
partner.
this a long time ago. I forgot. And now,
A
now
sword,
that I have a
or
knife,
is that
all the
a
cowboys are
sword?
out. Really cool music in this one. I like this game.
Please
I
tell me
enjoy
that's not a sword.
Yeah, no,
He's
it's
swinging.
really fun. This is one, so.
'Cause I've never heard of cowboys
some of
running
the
around
background
swinging
is
swords.
This game was brought up as a possibility, and like
French-
some of us saw
French
some videos of it,
fries.
It looked cool, and I was testing it.
Running
on
around
GameCube
killing
too,
people with swords and eating
people were
French
like,
fries.
This game looks fun.
Who is
And I'm
this
like, "You're right,
cowboy?
This game is fun. And so
Who
like,
are
I
you,
tried
partner?
A little bit more, and here it is.
If you want the sneak peek at what's going to be in the Big 20, you got to hang out.
Just
with
gotta
Colin.
say yes in yours.
Yeah.
You just
Just
gotta
one
say
frame,
yes.
Yeah.
You want to be a sheriff?
So
Yes.
we did pick 3 specific bosses,
There's like
to
no
fight.
like
and
there's no
Can you go into the
qualifications
reason
that
why
need
we
to be
did
met.
that?
You just gotta say
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, so, oh,
You can go.
They must be
I was
desperate.
gonna
I mean, I meant to say Apollo. Sorry.
oh, okay.
You know, but
Well,
I-
basically,
That's what I
so
meant.
right.
Absolutely
right
desperate
now,
for a sheriff at that
we
point.
originally were looking at the first 3 runs that are in most of, or the first 3 bosses that are most commonly occurring in runs. So it's the bottom middle, which is the Wild Wolf Chief, and then the Mad Bros, which is the top middle, and then the bottom right, which is Keep the Eagle. And so we were originally going to go because then you get to learn half the game, and then we decided that in the top middle one, anyone that's played this game knows there's a dialogue section that says, hey, do you want to join our gang when you get to the boss? And if you accidentally select yes, which is the default option, it game's over and you get a bad ending. And so that would basically ruin minutes of people's runs. And so we decided, you know what, we don't want anyone playing the auto-scroller section because that's maybe a little more boring than some of the other ones. Let's just have them do maybe two of the harder stages and then the one where you can't game over by accident.
Yeah.
So,
Quality of life thing.
yeah.
Wasn't I supposed to have a rifle? Did I not buy it?
I don't think you bought it.
You currently don't have the rifle.
I need the rifle.
Cowboy with a knife has a different feel.
Yes, you can buy.
Yeah,
it.
again, be careful like, who you hire as a sheriff.
But
What
anyway,
if,
this
what if
whole
they
game,
just,
I
for no good
enjoyed
reason,
playing it
decide
while we
we're
were
gonna join this gang,
testing
we're
it
gonna
out.
turn against you?
Pretty cool. And yeah,
And
I
the
actually didn't- when I
random
saw
guy,
people playing
you
this, I
didn't
actually
bother
didn't
to
know
vet
it was like
him, and then he
a
just
licensing.
goes and then
I
just
thought it
joins
was.
this gang that was causing
Because
you
I saw
trouble.
Marcus
It's
playing
like,
it, I thought
what are you
someone made the game
expecting?
for him.
I didn't even bother vetting him to see if he's trustworthy or not.
Honestly, yeah, he's on the boss. He's on the boss select screen. So we're not fighting Orcus. He gets to survive.
Yeah, he gets to live. Everyone can just wave, say hi as we go past.
Yeah. All right. Game number 9.
I don't know if anyone's going to be able
It
to
sounds
guess
like
this one.
some RPG of some
I know
sort.
someone is going to guess this.
Well, there's one person. in chat
One
who-
person. could
Sounds
guess
like an
this.
RPG, but that's all I got for number 9.
It's even here.
Oh no, this is the different version. Cheese Jarred Core could guess this.
All right, Big 20 is frozen until someone guesses this.
Cheese
Couldn't
Jarred
have
Core
done
is
that
one
for
of
Pizza
one
Pop?
of a
Come on.
thousand. I'll give you a hint. This was never released on the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's a
Gee,
Famicom.
that narrows it down.
Although it was kind of released.
It was kind of
If you've
released.
ever seen like how many Famicom exclusive
Big
games
version was released.
were released in
There
the
it
NES
is. Open it,
library,
Save us all.
Rampart.
It is Rampart. Another different type of game.
I was
here.
gonna say,
And I actually
yeah,
didn't test this
that
one
really
'cause I didn't
narrows
know
it down.
anything
That's
about it.
Famicom only.
This
Uh,
is the Famicom version.
There's lots of Famicom only games.
So we're playing easy.
Yep,
Just
We're
level
beating
2.
level 2.
correct. Now, if you have not played the Famicom version of Rampart, it can be incredibly difficult. So we toned this goal down quite a lot, so people just didn't get bodied. But we're playing on easy, and this is kind of like Loops, except also tower defense.
Huh?
So you place your little gnome people, and you have to fight the wolves. You have a limited time in which to do so.
Okay,
You
but what does this have to do with
destroy
loops?
Your walls. As you destroy the wolves and the time runs out, you can actually destroy your own walls if you want. And then it goes into the next phase. You get points for how much you have encircled. And now you
Oh.
go around and you want to create the biggest loop possible.
I was like, did I do it? I didn't do it. Oh, I can. So this is good here. They can't get in, or can they go diagonal?
Well, you got to close it. You
Like
gotta
I could
close
put it here, right?
You could, as long as they're not.
Oh, the
Oh, now I
ants are
see.
there. Okay, so I gotta do a
the
little
mice,
more.
Yeah.
You have to
I
close
see
the
ants.
entire loop. You can't have a diagonal blank there.
When it colors in, you'll know it's closed.
Oh crap. Okay.
Hey.
And so you get points for
Nice.
every one of those like colored in spaces.
Ness. I'm
What
just
is it?
laughing at Nessie. Yell, close it.
I never.
Close it.
I hadn't played this game. I don't know. I actually didn't test this one either. I'm just a figurehead. I don't actually do any work.
So you can see that he got 212 points there, and
I
those
got really
points
good
were based
loops.
off how big.
I
his
wonder
zone
how.
was.
I wonder just how
And so
that's
you
gonna
wanna get
carry
the
over
biggest
to
zone
Rampart.
possible, But you probably you also have a timer. If that timer runs out and you're not closed in, game over. So don't let that happen.
Game over. Holy cow.
Yeah.
You lose a lot of time.
Basically, this is a game that if you just want to get through each level, it'll be fine. You can get through it. You can keep your little house and like just get through it level by level. But if you want to beat it in 2 rounds instead of 3, or 3 rounds instead of 4, you're going to take a little bit more risk, and that risk might come with the possibility of a game over if you don't if you overestimate your ability to loop the loop.
Boom.
But it's fun. When I originally started, when I was testing this, I was like, oh, there's like a lot of downtime because you're just waiting for that timer to go down. And then I learned how like it actually worked, and I was like, holy cow, my heart is just beating, and I just game over.
Yeah, those little spider things running around will block you, and so you don't want to wait till the last second to close off because they will always be in your way. So you can see
So
like,
just
got a
get to
whole
950
lot
points
more
and you
points
win or
there. He's got,
something?
like one more round, but we can move on to
Yeah.
the next game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that
go
real
for it.
quick because there was some questions in chat too. Yeah, so it's beat level 2. How long it takes to beat each level is like a certain number of rounds, depending on like if you hit the win condition, quicker or slower.
There's a point value you need and a point value you have, and the more space you have in your loop, the more points you get at the end of the round.
So we want to
It's
make
only
the
2
biggest
rounds,
loop
not
possible.
Alright, let's see what is the cap for the first half.
Part of it feels like loops, yes, King Mario, but I mean with loops specifically with the goals I was playing, where the objective was just to make a fixed number of loops as quickly as possible. It's typically more practical to just make smaller loops, but you'll get like pieces that don't really make that like always possible.
No guesses yet.
Whereas with the Rampart, you want to just like make
There
the
it
biggest loop to like
It's finally
enclose
here.
as much of the areas.
Finally,
Mega Man
people can
4.
Stop talking about it.
Was this really never in a Big 20?
We actually don't actually care about the game. We just want all of you to just shut up.
Yes, the meme is over.
This is the last in the series.
That wasn't in a
All
Big
the Mega
20?
Man games have now been in the Big 20. So Big 20, number 18.
Dr.
Remember
like
Mega Man
quickly
4
realized that the
made
mad
it
scientist
twice?
Dr.
Mega
Wowie
Man 4
was...
first appearance. The goal for this one is going to be to defeat 5 Robot Masters. So once you see 3 Robot Masters remaining on the select screen,
It could be any
that's the end
5.
of the goal. And because it's 5, people familiar with this game may actually realize that there are some routing considerations here. Because most of this game in the speedrun, you do Pharaoh Man first, and you get the balloon, and you use that to speed through some of the stages. You also would use Bright Man, who's weak to Pharaoh Man, to get through some of the stages easier. But after that point, for this goal, there's actually a couple different routes you can do, depending on what your stage preferences are, how much RNG you want to deal with, whether you want to learn the balloon tricks or not. So there's a lot of stuff you can do that isn't a one-to-one with the speedrun. So we hope you guys find some neat stuff with this.
Oh, it's windy.
Oh.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Is it
because
windy?
only 10 goals
It is-
have been
it is
revealed
windy,
so far.
and
With
in your
rain.
defense, that's
So yeah, Mega
exactly
Man
what
4 is
did.
going to be like the halfway
Yeah, I
point.
have
After
no
that's
idea.
probably going to be
I
a 2 or
haven't
3
actually
minute
played
break.
this game, but I'm talking like 30 years ago.
Yeah, that was like a clip from my childhood, and everyone was
So I guess if there's going to be something with like a lengthy password to input, it's probably going to be like the next game.
Everyone did that exact thing. They walked
To
through
account
there,
for
they
like the
jumped,
2 or
they
3 minute
walked.
break.
How the heck are you supposed to make it?
You gotta
Be better.
slide in the
Get
end.
good. Just get good. You just have to like. Just,
Oh!
I guess
Well.
you can slide, huh?
I did slide.
Well, you
I hope
slide
it's just.
before
I
you
hope
get
it's
to
not
the
as hard as
Oh,
it's
you
making
didn't
it
say
look.
that. You said
That
slide,
jump.
and then you're at the end. So, anyway, the goal's 5. We went back and forth. We're like, this game's been waiting for decades to get in. Is 5 enough? And we decided yes. That the post game wasn't like interesting enough because there was a lot of balloon tricks and it was a little long. And so we ended up on 5. Gives you some routing choices and stuff. So all right, let's see if I can actually defeat this.
Come on, defeat the jump.
We're taking applications for a new live game player on the West Videos.
Yeah.
Oh, correct.
You made it. You made it.
I'm showing people my actual skill level. So
What
game
not to
over.
do.
Yes, don't do this. Yeah, no previous. So yes, you can select, and then once 5 black boxes appear here, that's end of the goal. So you can pick any 5 you like.
So yeah, it'll be up to me to figure out which 5.
11. And to give you a hint, there's going to be an extended 3-minute break between game number 10 and game number 11. And you can use this time to use the restroom, get water, check your notes, rest your hands, or enter a password.
When would we ever enter a password? Interesting. This was a unanimous selection.
Someone guessed it.
Metroid again. It's not Metroid.
Which Metroid? There's only one
let's
NES
load it up.
Metroid, isn't there?
Did we wait 3 minutes? Or
Is
should
it a
we just
Metroid
go?
ROM hack or something?
We can just go now.
Okay.
Although I am going to screenshot all of these guesses.
Metroid ROM hack?
And a list of potential game 11s.
It's gonna be something completely out of left field, isn't it?
It is Faxanadu. How do you say it? Faxanadu.
Fazanatu. This is what I was guessing it was pronounced
The
as.
official Best of NES pronunciation.
Yeah.
Axanadu.
All right, so you may see that the goal here is called the Aeolus password.
Is that the actual
And so
password?
this is a category on SRC. And this is another like interesting goal that we have.
Enter
So
your mantra.
there's a category in SRC
Your
which
mantra.
lets you enter a password.
I don't know who says that.
Any password you like, as long as you start inside the town of Aeolus, which is like the opening town. Okay,
Yeah,
so
this password starts with a whole bunch of stuff.
yes.
As you notice, he's wearing armor.
Well, I'm wearing armor, even though it doesn't say I have armor, but I have a lot of things. So we're doing this. You get to come up with your own password if you like. This password is the one that's used in the world record. You must start. You can't do the. Wait, is there a? What are you talking about in this card?
You
Is
have to
there-
start in the Aeolus.
You have to
It's the
start
Aeolus-
here.
Aeolus password category.
Yeah, so it's that category.
Yeah, so you will have to follow the SRC rules for this category, but the password you create can be your own. And the world record uses a password somebody else found because he's like, I didn't know where the password generator was. So there might be a better password.
Oh, so I put in the password and then the goal's over. No, you must beat the game using the Aeolus password. Sorry, now I get what he's saying.
Yeah. That would be a great troll goal.
Yeah, just put in the password. That's the goal. So yeah, you have to beat the game, but you start with all this stuff. You can also change your equipment. We don't know what this category is going to bring. It hopefully brings a new world record to this category. That's kind of what we were looking at too.
Knowing.
So you could switch.
I'm
you could have
guessing
different
that's
things in
probably
your
going
inventory.
to.
I don't know what you would have,
Bring
but
maybe
you
even
could.
like several
We
world
didn't
records to
explore
this
it too
specific
much.
category.
This could end up being like a 30-second goal if somebody finds some crazy password that is allowed to start you in the Aeolus. Like, I have no idea what is possible, but that's part of the fun. Is
Yeah.
all of us deciding to break this category together.
Yeah, and we'll address it as it happens, but I would say whatever the category allows is good.
And there's 739 people here. This is a short category. I expect you all to load this up and submit to the category, and it can become their main category.
That's right. This is a miscellaneous category, so make sure you click the little arrow.
I suppose after this stream, I'll see just like
Anyway,
how
we talked about
short or
music's
long
good.
this goal is
It's
gonna
got
be.
this like momentum thing, so
So
you have to
I'm
run
not
for a
quite
while,
sure.
and then there's some like damage boosts and stuff. So there's a lot to it. Yeah.
Definitely submit all of your runs to SRC. If you can submit it because it helps bring the NES to the forefront on the front page to get more people interested. And this is the year of NES.
That's right. Select. Down B. You push down and B to use your item. This is the mini goal too. So
Using that Matic right
using the
there.
Matic, this is the end of the mini goal. So I was trying to show that off there. So get that password in. This music, once I tested this goal, the music was stuck in my head for like 3 days. It's pretty solid music.
This list has been well received here.
This is a game I have played. This is a game I actually have played for the
Wow.
Mission NES thing that I do. So
The thing you do.
the thing that I do,
Fond childhood memories
The
of this one.
TMR 2.0. Do you have fond childhood memories of this?
I do.
All right, here we go. Game number 12.
I don't know, this sounds like it could be a Disney game or a Looney Tunes themed game.
We got some jamming, but no date. No.
JSR knows
there
what it
it
is.
there it
He's
I
done.
know. I know.
Yes.
Awesome.
Wet it. Wet it.
It does sound
Is
like
this game any good?
video,
Beats
or
Daydream and
like a game
Davey.
show.
You are right.
Is that any good? I have
So we're
no
playing
idea.
Beat Cerberus as the goal, which is not a short goal. It kind of exposes you to this game. The the goal is to figure out how to jump over these rocks. That's the goal.
It really is. It took me so long to jump over these rocks. I'm like, A? No.
No,
B?
it's
No.
A, B, and
A?
up.
No.
All
A,
of
B, and
those
up
at the same
jumps.
time?
Or wait, is it just A? No, it's A, B.
It's just A
up.
and B. A, B, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, this is an AVGN game.
I remember being so disappointed when we got this game. But like I look back fondly on it. Loading it up and being
So,
a child
yeah, I
and
guess we were
seeing
gonna
the
get at
rocks
least
and
one
not
of
knowing
these,
how to get
like,
past it, being there
this
for
game was
20 minutes
disappointing when
pressing all
we
the buttons.
played it back in the day.
You say being a child.
This is gonna be one of those.
4 weeks ago.
Yeah, me a month ago playing this game. I'm showing you the mini goal, by the way. Not all of it, but you do have to get that sword, which you can see at the start, but you have to go through this maze. And then you can equip the sword. Make sure you equip the sword, otherwise you can't do anything. But this is a game that I put into the list. Mission NES really helps with like finding new, we'll say interesting games.
If I had to guess,
So,
maybe it's like maybe it's one of his
Hashtag
friends.
Hashtag blame last.
Oh yeah, you can blame me for this game.
Wait,
It
are
is
they?
fun, like once
I mean,
get
you can
over
kill
the,
them,
like,
so does that imply they're not?
like, play it. It is fun.
It's
Oh, I guess forget what I know,
It does
because I'm
charm.
probably just as clueless
Yeah.
as you.
you say charm for games that are bad. That's okay. It does have charm in it. I don't remember where to go, but you have to navigate this maze. So get your maps ready for where to go. The mini
Wait a
goal,
sec.
yeah, mini
So
goal is
far,
just to beat the first boss.
Only game I know nothing about is Bobble, says Duet. Well, we've got another game coming up at 13.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and put a wager down that you know nothing about this one. I don't think anyone's good at this game. Maybe Apollo.
Apollo is the king of this game. If you were following SRC recently, maybe you saw something. The mini goal is for the race that's going to be right after this reveal. We're going to distribute the ROM pack, and then we'll have a document that you will. There's a race anyone can enter.
Yeah.
And all the goals are shortened to like very short goals, and it's a race to do all 20.
This one's probably gonna be lost on
goals
me
back
though,
to back,
because I'm only really on
Here we go.
SRC these
Game
days
number
to
13.
moderate like Castlevania Theory runs, just watch them and then accept them. I'm typically always accepting them because like the runs are all legit. Yeah, of all like the CB3 runs I moderated, I've only seen like one actual attempt at cheating.
Oh, we got some close guesses.
Oh.
Oh wow, we actually got it.
Which was, yeah, very suspicious right off the bat, that run that I looked at on CB3 that was cheated. Very suspicious right off the bat, as in, like, somebody we have literally never heard of claiming they have a run where they got 3rd place on the any percent category. Probably with barely any experience of the game beforehand. And you expect me to believe someone already managed to, like, get up to 3rd place on any percent.
It is Neketsu Street Basket.
What's this
Ganbar
game?
Dunk Heroes.
Oh, so it's not Downtown Quiz?
And you're like, what the heck is this game?
That is. What is this game?
Versus. And we're doing versus mode. This is a very long game. Or a very long name for a game.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a very long game too.
Yeah, so in this is basically it's super dodgeball but basketball. I know someone else said Neketsu like hockey. All these games are like somewhat similar where it's like half basketball, half beat 'em up. And so in this goal, you can choose any team you want to play as. You can choose any opponent you want to play against, and you can choose like which of the characters you want to play as on your team. They all have different like stats and stuff like that. And then yeah, it's I don't want to say too much about this game because playing it and discovering things that can happen was so much of the fun because this was a game that I'd never seen before.
I don't even know which team I am. Am I the brown team?
This is a.
I'm this guy.
This is a game that is just now on SRC. Like, we just made a category for it. And no one's done speedruns of this.
Yet.
No one really knows too much about it. No one knows the correct teams. No one knows the correct stage. You notice the 3 basketball goals. Like, this game is crazy, and there's so much to discover.
How do you do the mega jump?
So you have to be running. So
Oh, okay. And then
so
just push B or A. I mean.
There's high jump. Yeah, so there's high jumps. There's special moves. Depending on how many frames you press the B button, will change.
No, who can throw a basketball like
It's
100 feet in the
crazy to
air?
Figure out what like people.
That's what I want to
in
know.
this, and I think like there's just a
Who
lot
are these
to it.
people
Even
throwing
the
their
stages, man.
basketballs
Each
up into
stage
the
is different.
stratosphere?
There's a stage where you go into a door and you come out on the other side of the court. There's stages where you can hop off of
Oh.
fence and like dunk on the top hoop and get like 10 points.
There you go. I
It's gonna be
just did it. I did the super goal
Yeah,
where
look
you
at-
can
look at
shoot,
this.
and that
Oh
was
my God.
9 points. So this game is insane. Like, it's just super fun and very chaotic. It's a short goal. I think this might be the one that people have the most fun playing. It's very cool. So
So
you
basketball
can also
and
knock the rims
the
off
two
of the
teams
goal and like steal them.
can also beat
and
the
then
shit
use
out of
those
each
to
other.
score. It's
You can have
it's
4 on
insane.
your side.
Yeah, if your opponent scores too many times, the hoop might fall off. You take the rim and steal it so they can't shoot on it anymore, and they
Yeah.
can't get any points. It's crazy.
So very high skill ceiling.
What's gonna come after that? Like they're gonna take the rim off the basketballs and start clubbing the rim over the heads of the other players on the other team or something?
But there's still a ton of like who your opponents are and stuff like
That's
that.
like the next thing I'm
You
expecting to
just
see, to
have
be
that one,
honest.
So we thought about 50 or 100.
One of the guys on the
Not for
brown
50,
team
because
just
we'd rather have people
rips the
have
rim
fun
right off
playing
one of the
than make
baskets.
sweat and have it
Then
be
starts
too
going
much
to-
or something.
Then starts
Everyone
beating the
submit
shit out of the guys with the
submit
black
their,
hair.
speedrun.com,
With the basketball rim.
Speedrun.com to see,
Is this like
500
basketball or is this like a
clips of
street
this
fight?
Weird random basketball game. It's
Yeah.
constantly here on everyone's front page.
Games like this make me want like what other like games that like I just don't know about. It's crazy that like this was so fun to play and I just never knew it existed.
Never knew it existed. Like,
Like,
man,
early 90s.
this is the
I
GDQ
literally
game.
only found
battle
this. I literally only found this by going through the entire in folder on my EverDrive.
Oh, I
That's
just
the only
made it.
reason I-
Apparently, you can make it in their basket too.
You can make it in their basket too and
Yeah.
score points against yourself.
GG. You have to score 50. All right. Moving on. Goal number 14.
Yeah, Angel. Well, you know, it was a combo. Angel, Undead, and then Negative had like you helped each other out.
Indiana Jones, comma, young.
Good. More Indiana Jones.
It's the young Indiana Jones Chronicles. And this is 80%.
Yeah,
Full
be-
game.
Full game.
Yep. We're turning the scenes off.
You can turn them on if you want to watch them, but it's definitely slower.
I can imagine.
So this game is it's difficult but learnable.
You're gonna have to put some practice time here, but there are lots of safeties. You can go in these little houses, and every weapon, every hat, like everything you find that appears in the top left is health. So learning where all the backups are and learning where you can get extra health, like the cactuses down there, if you hit them, they hurt you, but you can damage boost off of them. You can damage boost off of them, and you can move through them. So there's gonna be lots of opportunities for like race routes. Like right there, you can just walk through that cactus while you're flashing, instead of like going up all the way around. So maybe if you have trouble getting over this horse, he kills you, knocks you down. You're like, oh, that's really annoying.
I tried to
don't
punch.
wanna learn
I tried to punch the horse.
We don't condone
didn't work.
animal cruelty on this channel. That's what you deserve.
That's what
You
happens
can't
if you're cruel.
I mean,
Oh man, it's funny.
Yeah, this is a very solid game. It's been on my list to learn for a long, long time, and I'm very excited to finally be able to pick it up. He got a time stopper.
Apparently
there,
so.
Why everything's frozen.
no, this is a few people have said it, and this is definitely ramping up the difficulty a little bit. I would say definitely practice this game. This was probably one of the games I spent the most time during testing on, just to play through it. But it was fun to like. I played through it once or twice without looking at any videos, and then like seeing some of the. I know right now Stans has the record, and it's a great run. So it makes you very appreciative of a run like this once you play the game.
And I saw Newport Gaming says, "Oh crap! I realized it's a 1 HP game. It's not 1 HP when you don't have anything."
Yeah. So the 3 items at the top, the 3 boxes, that's your items and your health. So when you get hit, you lose one of them.
So it'll be like 1 HP, and you'd have to use your fist, right? Because you won't have to whip anymore.
Get through this eventually.
Doesn't
worried
that
about
just
this one,
make
but
you
we're
way
confident.
more likely to just die
You can do it.
because
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
only
do it.
attack with your fists?
You can do it. We expect more from our Big 20 participants.
Try.
Hope everything, because you're not going to want to miss these next 6 games.
Looking for Giants has a particular fondness of this one.
Yes, she does. See if anyone can guess it ahead of time.
That probably won't be me.
Got it.
Angel Undead.
Sunwoo Farmer on my end. They must have went in right at the same time.
Ooh, look at that dinosaur.
Roar.
Jurassic Park.
I'm very excited to learn this. I haven't played this since I was a kid.
That's the title
Picked
screen.
it
There
up,
we go.
Like while we were looking for goals, I was like, "Trust your judgment. This is going to be great." And the goal for this is going to be to beat the volcano stage. So this is one of the longer goals on the list.
I thought
if
that was
you've
a
never
chainsaw
seen
I
this
was holding
game,
for a
like,
second.
This is one of the more impressive speedruns that's out there. Lynn Carius has the record in this, and like you can the goal is to like shoot the eggs, and then you get a key drop, and then you can like
Yeah, me
advance to the
too.
next area.
A
But
little.
he's like, oh, let me just shoot it down here and like do this like diagonal shot.
This
and hit it
game
and
probably
jump it
like
over
came
here
out in the
and
late 80s,
shoot him
early
blind
90s.
and, like I can't see anything, but it's a very cool run. You move a little faster by hopping.
So you just have to hop through the whole stage to go as fast
there
as
is
possible?
a stage select code if you game over, but only if you game over. So you can go back to the level you were on.
Yeah, no, this is. Oh, go ahead. You talk about this game.
Oh no, I love this game. And Lynn Curious, he actually has a VOD out on Twitch right now, which is a walkthrough of this game, so you can kind of learn it from him. And we've got resources and maps to make this a little bit more manageable. But yeah, it's a good time. Fantastic soundtrack. So I hope you guys like it.
Hidden Dilophosaurs hitting what's his name?
Don't be
Nedry.
Newman.
Dennis Nedry, or AKA Newman.
Don't be Newman. Don't get caught.
We've got Dodgson here. See, no one cares. But I did learn this game recently, as in I played it for one day, and I got like a 40-minute time for the full game. So I think this is the longest goal that we have, like estimated goal. So this is closer to like 15 minutes.
And that's like
goal.
one of the
I think
longest
that's-
goals they have.
Isn't that what Lynn's time is? Like, or is it 10 minutes? I can't remember. It's a long goal.
Yeah, on the longer ends for sure.
And Rayo, it is after the Stampede stage, so you do get to, avoid being trampled by Triceratops.
You do.
I've seen some goals in like previous Big 20s that
All
took
right,
me like upwards.
So we're doing
20
something
minutes.
a little different this year.
Mega Man
Mm.
2 being the first
Just
one that comes to
slightly
mind.
different.
Mm.
We have another password.
1 minute break.
And we're giving a 1 minute break
Instead of a 30
at this
second.
point to enter in the password so that there's no rushing. Like putting in the password is, stressful enough, right? So, and also this password will start the game when you put in the last character. So if you don't have the password right and you go to push start or push in the last character and you have it wrong, you're screwed. You have to back out. So here it is. Game number 16.
Rayo guessed it from your
Sounds
password
like something-
comment, so
sounds like
I
Bubble
didn't want to
Bobble.
say anything.
Well,
I
if you
wouldn't
can't
know.
guess it from this soundtrack, then I don't know what you're doing. It is Lolo
Yeah,
3.
And
Low-key,
Adventures of
it's starting
Lolo
in level
Game.
1 here, but that's not where you guys are going to be starting. We're going to be putting in the password. The goal is going to be to beat stage 6, full of the Rocky guys.
Yeah, and so this is what I was saying here is like this password is standard for everybody.
Same one here.
So you have to use this password, and then when you're ready to start, you push A here on the H, and that starts your time, and then you can go. So is this level 6 up here, or is this one?
It's the third rock.
No, I haven't.
Level, and it says level
Third
6.
rock.
It's
Oh,
only
it says
level
level 6.
So you beat 6 stages in level 6.
6 rooms?
I think this kills me. Yeah. The reason for this, the Rocky guys are kind of annoying if you haven't played this game. Like I
Ever?
think they keep coming after you and block you in. I think you can actually, like, if you get stuck, you can push select, and it
Yep,
restarts
select
it, but
will
that
restart.
uses a life. Or
Oh, there's infinite lives in Lolo 3.
okay,
So
so
some
there you go.
some improvement from Lolo 1.
Yeah,
So you
I
can
think
restart it.
I think one thing we played through a lot of the different stages, different areas, and with these Rocky enemies, what's really cool is I've found that while doing runs, I've like screwed up and have been able to improvise, and then like do the room a different way than I intended. Because they kind of like move around, but they don't actually kill you when they hit you, although they can catch you in a spot. So
You can also switch to Lala and use her if you'd like. I think it
Small
costs like
time loss.
half a second, but pretty cool. Cool option.
That's the swag for this one.
yeah. Tuesday never fail. What?
Yeah, so there'd be a Lolo versus Lala competition here. It's like, do I get a ball? Oh, I do get a ball. Okay. Oh, I can go out. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna leave the puzzle solving up to you. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, that's why,
Yeah, that's
right?
why.
Yeah.
Isn't that it? Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, I see. Oh no, the bottom one. Got me again. Good times. Good times.
Listen, Rayo, just because you were gonna beat 3 caves in 3 minutes,
How am I supposed
just
to do that
saying.
room with just
Just
one
saying.
ball, though, unless there's something else?
We floated that
we're
around.
not
We
seeing.
went all different ways.
Yeah.
We added
were a lot
more
of-
time. We took away time from some games and added time to other games. So we have all kinds of reasons, but we didn't do this without thinking about it intentionally.
Yeah.
Oh man,
The last couple of games have been ramping up the difficulty, so we're gonna have to lower the difficulty a little bit.
yeah. I think we should just stop here. I don't think we should do the last 4 games. Oh man. All right, here we go. Number 17. A game that has never been announced in a list before.
Who can guess this mystery game?
I'm gonna guess Monster Party because this was never in a Big 20, wasn't it?
We got some people. Duet it first on my screen. So
Oh, I
there are
was
some
wrong.
people from Big 20 number 9 right now
I've
currently
heard of that
having
game.
like flashbacks.
Yeah.
We get to practice it this time. The
So
goal
this,
is gonna be to
yeah,
get
this is not a
one.
repeat. This wasn't a Big 20 race, but it was never, you were never able to practice it. You just had to put it in and go. And we thought, while that's a cool idea, Battle Kid was the wrong game. And so there's a couple things with this. One, this is not the original game that was put in. So technically, this is the new version. This is version 2.11. Okay, so this is updated. And you'll notice that there's some stuff in here. And we're going to be playing on normal difficulty.
This is unfair difficulty.
And you actually get HP in this game instead of one-hit KO.
And if somebody wants to pick a harder difficulty, they can, but normal.
Yeah. And so we contacted Sivak, who's the creator of this game, and he said use the 2.11 version. Now we want to plug him a little bit because you can still buy this game. And I want to grab the link.
Oh, I just posted in chat.
Oh, thank you.
I'll have to see like who
Please
made
go
the Lolo
support.
games.
Him by purchasing this game on itch.io. It's $10, and you get this in a cool manual.
We do have it in the ROM pack for those who can't
Yeah.
buy it, but he was very nice and he's like, "Yeah, you can use it. We prefer you to use the newest version." Like
Yes.
that's
So,
almost unheard of.
so we did that. And there's actually a story mode in here. We'll let you do that. There's cutscenes. But there is a different beginning to this game. And so I'll show off a little bit here. Unfair difficulty is one hit, death, and you have to start over. Seriously. So the game does control just slightly different than 1.0, but if you've never played it, you won't even notice. A is jump, B is shoot.
Jump and shoot, man.
Yes, jump and shoot.
Gotta one shot this.
Yeah, the goal is going to be to get key 1, which is grabbing the first key after defeating the owl boss. So this is actually a little bit longer than the goal in Big 20 number 9.
Where's the owl boss though?
And then you get, these are save points. You can go here and push up and it saves you and it refills your HP. So
Yeah, during the blind game, several people
Okay, these-
dodged those, myself included, because we thought
These
they would kill
graphics
us
look
like
like
everything
further,
else.
further from Metroid now.
If limits
I
kill
know.
us, why wouldn't
Thought
the
that's from
spiky
Metroid.
things?
yeah. So I was gonna just kind of show up to the first boss here and then you can
We're gonna get to see
kinda
the
what
owl
it
of
is.
these.
So for the mini
Oh, so
goal
take
race
the
it
kill.
is to get past this dude.
That's not the owl though, right?
Yeah, but the health that you have, it definitely changes the run a
Yes.
bit. You can do some things compared to the first version of the game that you wouldn't be able to do. So you can probably shoot, like, maybe there's a screen that you just, for some reason, just gets you every time. You might be able to just walk through it and take the extra hit or two if you want.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, this is definitely a game changer. And we went back and forth like, oh, why don't we, or let's put Battle Kid in. It never was in. It's difficult. And then we realized that there was an updated
Doesn't even
version
look too
that
crazy
had
so
help.
far.
And we thought that that'd be a cool way to get it back in. The start is different. Once you go down this, now you'll recognize it. So it's now we get to familiar territory. So there's that little intro, and then you do this. But the intro is included in the goal. So very excited to have Battle Kid in. Plus, you get to listen to these jams, which are
Amazing.
amazing. Really, really cool.
For these last 3 games, if we let every single person, all 765 people in this room, guess what they were going to be, I don't think anyone would get all 3 of them in a row.
I agree.
I don't know if you asked Lack right now with the last 3 games if he would get it right in a row.
No, I would remember them. Right. Oh, well. I just revealed it.
That's how excited. That's
how
he
excited.
is.
I forgot to cover it up. Okay, wait. Let's start over. Oh, me.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
What game is this?
It's
Besides, it looks like a racing
RC
game.
Pro Am 2.
Yeah, Megatron got it right. No,
Yeah,
wait,
there's
Megatron
a
got it
racing
right.
game,
yeah.
I guess.
A lot of
Everyone
people
got it right. Okay. Well, that was funny. Pressure's off.
Yeah, because like Big 20 number 14.
You get to enter your name.
I at least
as
saw the
NES
list
here,
and
gives
play a
you
few of the
little more
games,
starting money.
and one of them was Danny Sullivan's Indie Heat or
If
something
NES
like
games allowed
that.
and encouraged,
Big 20 number 16 had Al
your
Luxor
goal is to
Jr.'s
get 80
Turbo
points,
Racing.
and you get 10 points for winning a race, getting first place.
Oh, and it had
Which
Super
means
Sprint. Oh, it
if
had
you
2
win
racing
8
games.
races,
It's just
you don't
both
have
of
to
them
do
played
another.
fairly differently from one another, but
right.
yeah, 2 racing games in Big 20 number 16 that I remember.
Well, my apologies for ruining the surprise, but
And I guess this is our obligatory
Maybe
racing
it's
game for Big 20
cardinality
number
getting
18 then.
his name in the Big 20 list.
A's go. B's go. Crap. I always mess that up. But yeah, if you haven't played RC Pro Am 2, it is much different than the first one. Like, there's ramps, there's like upgrades you can buy. You don't like collect the upgrades.
Hoping this will be easier to
on the
control
course.
than the car in Super Sprint.
There's one-ups. So like finishing, the only thing I think you lose a continue for is finishing 4th out of 4. And then you get fewer points. So the goal is points based. It's not race based. So there is some times that we thought like, how can we kind of get some difference in the runners? So you see here, I won. I got first place.
And you want to
and I
finish
got
first
10
as much
points.
as possible
Second place
then.
only gets 8 points. So
Not that much of a difference
you can basically
apparently.
guarantee with 9 races, but you can get first in every race and also
Not
get
have to do a
names.
race.
So
You also get more money for getting higher placements. And so if you don't buy upgrades early on to buy better stuff in a few races, you might actually have to compensate for getting second in a race. So there's going to be some backups needed in case you don't get first.
okay, I have now covered the gameplay up.
Grats.
Thank you.
We're proud of you, Lack.
Thank you. Wow, the game is not 6 platformers in a row to end the Big 20. What is this? This is crazy. Let's check out number 19. Almost done.
But an hour and 14 minutes, we're on good pace.
We are on good pace.
I'll probably end the stream like just not too long after game number 20 gets revealed. And like the staff is done explaining it. There was like a mini race that also took place after this reveal, but I'm not gonna watch the mini race.
So fast.
And
Dragon
it's full game.
What?
It
How?
is not full game.
Oh. a full game,
We
a
got
full
NES
game playthrough of an
Cardinality.
RPG? That would
So,
take hours,
NES
right?
Cardinality probably thinks
Dragon Warrior
that the goal
4.
is to beat Chapter 1, but it is not.
It is not.
The goal here is to beat the chameleon humanoid and see the text box and a new day began.
Dragon Warrior 4.
Here's how we're going to do that.
and
there are
this
several ways
one's
you can
not
do
a
this.
randomizer, right?
One, we're providing a pre-patched Dragon Warrior 4 ROM that has a Game Genie code in it that allows you to beat Chapter 1 by just exiting and re-entering the castle. Then you create a save file for Chapter 2, and that's where you're going to start, which you're seeing Lack do here. You start from Chapter 2. We've also added a vanilla version in an extras folder. We've added a save file that you can use that already is Chapter 2. You can put in the Game Genie code yourself, or you could just play on the vanilla version and make a save file starting at Chapter 2. All of these work, but for the race day, you're going to want to have a save file that starts on Chapter 2, and your goal is to beat Chameleon Humanoid. There's already some speedrun routes, there's some guidance on how you can do this, but I'm sure that the community is going to be finding a few things about how to do this consistently and quickly.
Yeah, I found this to be a fun goal. The entire group here watched me basically play this blind. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the goal. I played it a few times, so.
What is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if you need the.
I actually don't think you need that. I think I don't know. It's what I saw Antilou do in his run, so that's what I copied. But I'm sure that the routes that are out there now are probably gearing up for later stages in the game. You may not necessarily have to do that. I have to go upstairs.
There's going to be some gambling by some people, I bet. They're going to say, you know what, maybe I don't need that level. Maybe I can beat the Chameleon Humanoid fight without getting that one extra level, or that one extra piece of equipment. And so this is going to be one of those games where you have to know the game inside and out, and you have to know your pace to see where you're going to finish.
This is my favorite
Right.
part.
The feather hat.
Do you want to kick the door?
Cat.
What is my other option? Stare at the door?
Cat. Cat. Cat.
Yeah, where is the cat? There's the cat.
Cat. Cat. Cat.
Is that the mini goal?
Yeah. No, I think it's to actually get your party, which is not too bad. I think it's this right here.
Yeah, it's literally like right after the
Good name
cat.
for a cat.
But if you don't talk to the cat, you will be disqualified. Just saying.
Yes.
Just saying.
Not really, but yes. So, anyway, so there's some XP grind in here. As Overstorm was saying, you can determine how far you want to level up to make the fight safer. There's some decision trees.
I know the
to
Kirby
make
games
also
are. I don't know
in
about the Lolo
battle
games,
that
though.
You do have to do. In the XP grind, there's different battles that you don't want to take. Maybe you do want to take them. So there's a lot of decisions to make. We're leaving that up to you.
Now there's one game left. Before you hear any music, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on what the final game could be. What is the capstone? Looking at this list of goals, what is the capstone game?
I have no clue. Just revealed
Let's show
already.
them some music.
This is one of the scariest games on the NES, I would say.
We were
Scariest
scared.
games on the
I'm
NES, you
terrified.
say? What games are scary on the NES? I don't know. They better not have put Jekyll and Hyde. I hope he didn't put Jekyll and Hyde.
Quizak 22 gets it.
Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th.
There
And
it
this is Beat the Game.
And it is a
Now,
ROM hack.
This game has tons of randomness in it, doesn't it?
Friday the
To an
13th.
extent.
AVGN played
But
this,
we are
didn't
playing
they?
on the race edition.
We're playing on the race version.
And Looking for Giants knows more about this than all of us combined, I think, at this point.
I think this was the game with the "You and Your Friends Are Dead" game over screen.
It's Pixie.
But yeah, it's precise. I'll give it that.
I mean, if you think that's harsh, like I've
This
seen
was
like a
one that
much
we had
like
huge
a much
fun
more
with.
harsh game over screen.
But we were able to get a consistent beat.
Yeah, that being
beating
like
the
one of
game
those
consistently.
RSD Game Maker games I played like about 2 years ago or
We also
something.
have- we played
Or was it
this
3
game
years
for
ago? I was
hours and
binge
hours.
playing all the RSD games.
Before this, so
Yeah.
we can get
There are backups on backups on backups.
Yeah.
JSR said that he reset for 2 hours without getting the correct seed once. Well, you won't have to reset at all. You
Yeah,
will get.
this is
You have the
race-
correct seed.
Race edition, so you get the right
The
seed.
rocks just arc
This is
over
kind
or
of a
whatever.
lesser seed, so you can't
Oh wait,
see
at least you
the
can dock to throw the
Um,
rocks though. Just fly
but there
over
are-
like what you're trying to
So
hit.
This is not a hard game to learn, but in a race setting, it is very easy to make a mistake, and then you're off route. And once you're off route, this game suddenly becomes way, way, way more difficult. So
Yeah.
your job as runners in the Big 20 is to find all of those backups. What happens if you don't kill him when you're supposed to? What happens if you are a little slow? How do you deal with that other than reset and start again? And so there could be a lot of big changes at the end. Like Dragon Warrior 4 and Friday the 13th, there's lots of opportunities for gambles, lots of opportunities for small mistakes to spiral into big time losses. Could be a very exciting finish.
So a shout out to the Friday the 13th community. These guys love teaching. So if you want to know, probably more than you ever wanted to know about Friday the 13th, there's probably a tutorial out there. And they're fantastic to drop in on stream and ask questions and whatnot. So hope you guys.
Yeah, that's one of those games, AVGN.
Yeah, no,
I
this one-
think
this
he ended
one's
up
good
hating
because
it,
I
so...
think one thing that everyone's
Yeah, I'm a
gonna
little
find
nervous
is
going
that
into this
there's
one.
a lot of resources out there, and there's a lot of knowledge about this game. But because this is such a heavy, those that have the most knowledge about the game also go for these perfect seeds and these perfect executions, and they're just going to reset at this point if they, don't get what they're looking for a good time. In reality, in this, you're trying to beat the game, and so with this race edition, I think there's still some knowledge left out there that we're all going to learn about where to go if this thing happens, what to do when this thing goes wrong. So that'll be the cool part.
Yeah, so I think there's like eight games you could submit to SRC,
Nice.
like from this list.
That
Like
sounds
8
about
different
right.
ones. So
I'm trying to remember how many
definitely
games
submit
there
all
were
of
you
your
could
runs
submit to SRC on Big 20 number 16
we are
because
going to be handing out.
I
the
submitted
raw
quite a
pack
few of
in
those.
Just a moment.
I submitted quite a few
So
games
I should
based on
probably do
that,
right now.
like Big 20 number 16 list.
Yeah, let's see what are people thinking about the list here.
Disregard it says mini goals here. This is real. This is the actual goals.
Ah,
Just
yes.
don't worry about that. I guess I could do this.
Yeah, specifically that RSD game was it was a Dragon Ball Z fan
There
game.
we go.
Specifically
Okay,
Dragon
now
Ball
it
Z: The
makes
Death of
sense.
Vegeta or something. The game was in French.
Yeah, is there what's
The
what's
developers
game
came from
that people have
Belgium
never
and
played
presumably
before that
the
they're
French
excited
half
to
of
play?
it.
What's the game that
PPP
people
team.
know about that they're a little
The game was
scared about?
the storyline was written in French, including the game over screen and
What's
the
our
game over
score out of
message,
20 for making?
which roughly
I'm-
translates to
I'm just
Vegeta
I've
is
been
dead.
wanting to play some of these games and do runs for a while.
Yeah, which
now,
roughly
so
translates
I'm really
to
glad this list is finally out. So
Vegeta is dead.
Keeping it secret.
As he never performed any beneficial gestures in his life, he was immediately sent to hell. Game over. Vegeta never did anything beneficial in life. He went straight to hell.
There's going to be a mini race coming up.
That's horrible. Just say straight to your face that the guy you were playing as, he never did anything useful in life. So we had to send them straight to hell. Game over.
Goals here. I was going to update some Discord channels, but I don't have to do that yet. Let's see. Let me get the mini goals up here.
To be honest, I don't know what's actually harsher. You never did anything beneficial in life, so you went
I think
straight
it
to
actually
hell,
changed
or
some
that
from
photo
this.
of someone being
Let me
eaten
pull
alive
up
by
the
a shark
document.
for one of the other game
There
over
is a
screens I saw.
document That is the mini goals.
I think it was
Some of these. may be
Alan
inaccurate,
97 or was it
but-
Adam 97?
Okay. This is what
It was
happens
one of
when
those
you have to,
Alan or
do the
Adam
stream
games
live,
that one of the
update things on the stream
RSD
live.
game makers made for the other's birthday.
Now, we are going to be also releasing the...
Yeah, basically
we're gonna
Adam
be
and Alan were
releasing
good
the
friends in
Time
real
Tracker as
life.
well.
They
And
were
Looking
making
for
each
Guys
other
has done some
various
very
games for their
impressive
birthdays.
automation. So,
I think
we're
starting at
gonna be
95 and ending
focusing
at
Big 20
98 or
chat.
99
There's
or
going
something
to be
maybe.
an Index. It's going to be the very first
The
sheet,
two of them would just make each other
and there's going to
make
be a
the
button
other
on
a
this
game.
that says add
for their
sheet with a
birthday.
little mushroom next to it. And when you
And
click
one of
on
those
that, little
games had
pop-up's
a
gonna
guy
appear,
being
you
eaten
type the
alive
name of
on
your
the game
sheet,
over
and
screen
it'll
by a
automatically
shark.
create it for you. So this should hopefully prevent some of the issues we've had in the past. We've also got some nice stats that have been put together. There are stats on your blank sheet that you can turn on and off if you want to see them. There's a stats page that shows stats for all of the games, first through fifth place for them. So lots of stuff we put together to try to make the time tracker very helpful and friendly for you guys.
Okay, that looks like the
As long as
mini.
he's, you know,
Looks like the mini goal list right there
We
that I was
hope
just
you
looking
don't delete
at.
your sheet, though.
Yeah, there.
The time tracker.
Yeah, that looks like a mini. You beat one robot master. Yeah, that definitely looks like a mini goal. Fazanado, use key. Or Fazanadu, as it's actually pronounced, probably. It's use key. Friday the 13th Race Edition died adjacent.
Very helpful and friendly for you guys.
So you won't see us, you know, bugging you guys to not delete your sheet. We hope you don't delete your sheet, though.
Yeah, there. So here you can see it. You can just go to this and click add sheet, and it will add a sheet for you. It even like prompts you. So we're oh, the sheet can't be blank. Okay, I already broke it. Just kidding.
I already know how to do this, I'm
you
pretty
can
sure.
you can do this and then add your name down at the bottom and get the practicing.
And then, yeah, start, like,
We're gonna
playing through the 20
we're gonna
games.
Set up the race room, and
Yeah,
get
I
the
was
mini
not
race going. So
around.
we're gonna put
Yeah, the mini race had already happened.
the
I
music
was
back
not
up.
around to
We're back in
actually
just a
react to
few
this
minutes,
live
and we'll
because I was
start
too
the
busy,
mini
like,
goal
I was too
race
busy, like, getting my
around
ass
3
cooked at the
PM Eastern.
Murders
That gives you
of
about a half
Karlov
hour
Manor
to get
pre-release.
set up and ask any questions.
Yeah, in other words, I was playing Magic the Gathering. I was playing,
Right,
like, at a
noticing
pre-release,
anything?
and I got my ass cooked.
I think that's about it. We're gonna have a link to the goal sheet.
Yeah, the
and a
fourth
link to the
round
time tracker. All this is
especially,
going to be
like,
placed in
Fourth round was
the
especially
Big
was
20,
miserable on my end.
channel, and they will be pinned.
Especially the second
also
game
got
where I
some,
ended up
Big
seeing
20,
only 2
18
lands the entire
individual
game. I
games.
look
You
at
can
the
start
bottom of my
posting your own
deck.
tips and trips.
11 lands
tips and
all
tricks,
next to
tutorial
each
sessions
other.
If you have questions, ask in the individual game channels. And we can
Yeah,
create some
that
little
was
mini
11
quizzes
out of my
and start learning
17
more.
lands all stuck at the bottom of the deck. No wonder, like, I couldn't get land.
All right, so we will be right back.
Big time, all-time Big 20 games. Pac-Man was in a Big 20, apparently. I'm very well aware Castlevania 3 was. I was there for the Castlevania 3. I was like, okay, I got this. Castlevania 3 is my game. And then on, like, stage 3, like, I died to an owl. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. I mean, I was still able to bounce back. Like, I was still able to bounce back without too much trouble, but yeah, like, not feeling too hot after dying to an owl on literally, like, my specialty. Like, if there's any game I really didn't want to embarrass myself on, it was definitely Castlevania 3. Okay, maybe that also caused me to struggle a bit in Ninja Gaiden 2, the game that followed it. Hi, and you, well, I also missed, like, the Big 20, like, number 18 reveal, like, as it happened, and only just watched it, like, right now. I mean, you can expect to see me live in not too long actually playing some of these games. I mean, eventually I'm gonna want to try and get through, like, I don't know, all 20 of the goals. I'm just looking at the games on the right-hand side, like, what games have not appeared yet in Big 20? Any, like, games that I recognize? I only recognize Jeopardy because it's based off the TV show that I know. Yeah, it's based off a game show that I'm way more familiar with. We definitely should have Jeopardy in a Big 20 list. Also, speaking of Jeopardy, oh, there's also Wheel of Fortune that never showed up in a Big 20. I'm just wondering, like, how long, like, some of those... I'm just wondering, like, how long the speedruns would end up being. For example, like, of Wheel of Fortune or Family Feud or Jeopardy. Where in time is Carmen Sandiego? I don't know if maybe, like, you can somehow apply to become, like, a Best of NES staff. Maybe you can make it happen. Wait, Earthbound? There's an NES Earthbound? I mean, if it's gonna be like as long as the SNES version, there's no way it could be full game. Maybe be like, I don't know, like the first chapter or something, maximum, if Earthbound ever gets in. World Games? Wrecking Crew never made it in? Looks like one of the, like, really, like, way back, like, NES games. That looks like one of the originals. Dragon Warrior 4 just showed up, like, on Big 20 number 18 as, like, game number 19, I think. Wait, is that guy naked on the Chubby Cherub? On the Chubby Cherub game cover? Was he naked? When you realize just how many games came out on the NES. There's like so many of these. Bubble Bobble Part 2. Okay, yeah, also Life Force. Life Force is now also in a Big 20. I still want to beat Kickmaster one day. I am literally like one final boss fight away from beating Kickmaster. First I got was like literally the final boss. Low G, man. What the fuck is that? L'Empereur. Jungle Book. MULE. Mad Max, isn't that based off a movie or something? Or like a movie series? I said I wasn't going to stick around for the mini race. That has already taken place, and I'd rather just focus on the actual like Big 20 race, which we're all going to have 4 weeks to be... We're all going to have 4 weeks to practice for it. Instead of like... Yeah, last Big 20 I'm pretty sure was like 5 weeks, and I think the one before that was also 5 weeks. Here we're gonna have like only 4. I also noticed there are like what looked like it could probably be like a bunch of very short goals. Some of these sound like very short goals, so I could maybe like play the games for like half a day maximum. And then be like perfectly ready for race day. I could maybe, like, I don't know, literally do, like, exactly one stream for, like, at least some of these games, and then be, like, somewhat confident that I'll be able to, like, perform decently on race day. Like, I maybe play for a couple hours maximum, and then I'm ready. So, the goal list on the right, that was for the mini race, but, yeah, it is, like, the same 20 games that... Those are like gonna be like for the actual race day. Those 20 games. So Life Force, Tecmo Super Bowl, Tetris 2. Yeah, there's another Tetris on the NES. Pizza Pop. This only was released on the Famicom. Hence why probably why I've never heard of it before. Battletoads and Double Dragon. It's apparently a crossover. Millipede, which has the exact same title screen music as Joust, so that scared me a little. Oh no, Joust has a sequel, and I'm gonna have to play that too. Bauble, which is a homebrew. Cowboy Kid, which is not a homebrew. Rampart, the Japanese version. Okay, the actual goal for like Rampart was beat level 2. Mega Man 4, probably like by far the most popular game on this list that I can imagine. Fazanadu. I was saying Fazanadu before, but I think it's Fazanadu. Yeah, I should make it pretty clear I've never played the game before. Daydreamin' Davy. This game with the really long title. It's a basketball game where apparently you can also have to beat the shit out of people on the opponent's team. And some of the basketball hoops are like 100 feet in the air. Young Indiana, yeah, another Indiana Jones game. This is not like The Last Crusade, the one that Tato put out. It's not that one. This one is the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Jurassic Park. Adventures of Lolo 3. Battle Kid Fortress of Peril, which I think is like another homebrew. RC Pro Am 2, that's a racing game. Dragon Warrior 4. Yeah, we're playing another Dragon Warrior game, and this time also not a randomizer. And Friday the 13th. Yeah, that game AVGN reviewed, which has the "you and your friends are dead" game over screen. Yeah, that's harsh. You and you're dead, and your friends too. What if this game had a sequel? I could imagine the game over screen for if this game had a sequel. You're dead. Your friends are dead. Your family's dead. Your fucking pets are being skinned alive. Your mom's a fucking whore. You suck at life. The whole world hates you. You're going to hell. Live with it. Game over. So yeah, that's the whole list. Which we'll have like 4 weeks to practice for. And I still anticipate at least like a few of the racers who are going to be showing up on race day have probably already played through like some of these games before, whereas I have... I don't think I've played through any of these. I have played Battletoads, but not Battletoads and Double Dragon, so I'm really hoping that, because this is a sequel, it'll play similarly enough to the first Battletoads, which I have played a bit of. Mega Man 4 is another Mega Man game. So... I mean, I've played some Mega Man games, so hopefully, like... Yeah, hopefully, like, my skill will just carry over to Mega Man 4. Other than that, I can't really say I've played any of these. Just, like... Oh, also Tetris 2. I've played, like, the original Tetris. So I'll have some sort of idea as to, like, what I'll be expecting, like, when I go in with also Tetris 2. Other than that, I'm going to be going in, like, for the most part, like, pretty much almost completely blind outside of any tutorials I go look up, which I'm going to be looking up tutorials probably to learn these various goals. I mean, I kind of had to do the same for pretty much, like, every Big 20 to actually have, like, a decent chance at being ready to, like, perform all 20 runs on race day. I had to look up several tutorials. And I can just only imagine I'll have to do that again. Alright, so good night, and I guess maybe, possibly see you tomorrow with, like, 1 or 2 of these.